In this tutorial, I'll demonstrate how to open up an existing document and then work with editing text and adding text to that document. So let me first go ahead and go up to my File menu here, up on the ribbon. So once I click on File, notice it gives me the Backstage view where I have the option to either create a new document or open an existing document. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Open. So as soon as I click Open, Word 2013 gives me a list of options to choose from. In other words, where is my document located? Okay, so either it's located on my OneDrive, which is on the cloud or other web locations, or is it located or saved on my computer, and I can always add another place or a storage space. So I'm going to click on computer because it is saved on my existing computer. So click on computer. The next step is to further locate the document itself. Which folder is it saved in? So it's in data files. So I'm going to click on this folder, which brings up a list of documents here, files. So one of the documents that I'm looking for is right here, Word 2013 sample document. So all I have to do is simply click on it to highlight it and click on open. So as soon as I do this, it opens the document for me. Okay. In order to do editing to this document, we can either select a single word, for instance, or we can select the entire paragraph, as you can see. So depending upon the preference. And notice our cursor is blinking, so which means this is a place where if I were to type anything on the keyboard, this is where it would begin typing. Okay. So for example, if I say this is a good place to start. Okay. So this is simply how to enter text within your Word 2013 software. Okay. All right. So this was pretty straightforward. Let's say I need to do some further editing or formatting to this particular paragraph. So for instance, if I need to make something bold that stands out, such as the word HR profession. So this is human resource profession. All I have to do is simply select these two terms, HR profession, and the way I do it is make sure my cursor is blinking on the left of the word H, and then simply hold the left mouse button down and drag to the right. Okay, so let me try that again. Here you go. Okay, it takes a little bit of practice, and once you get the hang of it, it'll be very quick. So as soon as you highlight or select these two terms or whichever area you like to make bold, notice Word automatically displays a shortcut menu as soon as you highlight something, because Word knows that you're about to do some formatting to the selected text. So I can either use the word bold B here to bold this, or I can go up to my ribbon and my font group also has this same bold option. So if I click on bold, it will automatically bold the text. Likewise, I can italicize the text. Simply click on the italic option and then it will italicize the text. I can also underline the text if I need to. This will underline the text. And the next option we have is the strike through. It will cross something out by drawing a line through it. So instead of deleting it, it would keep the HR profession and then it will simply draw a line. Okay, just like that. So I'm going to click one more time to undraw the line. The X2 is the subscript, and then the X squared is the superscript. Okay, these are simply making the letters small just below the line of the text. So for example, if you're working with footnotes or something like that, you can use these options. And then we have the option to either give this particular text some effects. For instance, if I click on the drop down arrow next to the effects, it gives me several options that I can work with. I can use an outline, I can create an outline, I can color the outline, I can work with shadows, reflection, number styles, and so forth. Okay, so just basic text editing if you prefer. So for instance, if I select this particular style, it will change the HR profession word to that style. Okay, now notice I still have it highlighted, so anything that I do with the formatting up on top here in the font group, it will continue to affect the HR profession words. Okay. Likewise, I can highlight if I need to by simply clicking on the highlighter. If I choose to use a different color, click on the drop down arrow and simply choose a different color. This is my font color, so if I need to make sure my HR profession is in red color, all I have to do is just make sure I have my text selected before I use the font color, and it will change the color. Okay. And if you need to unhighlight something or undo something or change something, you can continue to use the font group and do some basic editing. Okay. Now let's say I like to undo this. So to undo a certain task, up on the quick access toolbar, we've already placed a tool called undo. Okay, so this will simply, if you click on undo, it will undo one step back. If you click on undo again, it will take me to further step backwards. Okay, so likewise I can undo multiple times, or I can click on the drop down arrow and it shows me various actions that I can undo. So if I simply select all these actions, highlight all these actions and click, it will take me or revert back to the original document by undoing all the changes. Okay, so some basic editing and some entering text into your word processing program. Let me give you some shortcuts in terms of highlighting and selecting text. So for instance, let's say if I need to select the word future. So to do this, the basic task is to make sure our cursor is blinking on the left side of the word F, and then simply hold the left mouse button down and select the word future. We did that earlier. The shortcut method is simply to double click your mouse button. Okay, so as soon as you double click on your mouse on any of these words, so for example, if I double click on the word culture here, it will highlight the word culture. So a quick tip, if you just want to quickly highlight something or select something, a particular word for instance, simply double click on that word and it will highlight it. And likewise, if I click 3 times within a certain paragraph, so this is one paragraph right now, so if I click anywhere in the paragraph thrice, it will highlight the entire paragraph. Okay, so some powerful tips and shortcuts. It will help you as you work with Word 2013. Okay, so once I have my paragraph highlighted, I can go up to my font, make it bold. I can change the font style, so I can pick any of these styles, so a whole bunch of them. You can take a look at them, and Word shows you the preview of each of these font styles as you hover your mouse over each one of them. So this is the font type Arial, for example. And then I have the Articulate and so forth. So depending upon your preference, you can select any one of these font styles. Okay. So let's say, for example, let's highlight, find the font Arial. Here it is. And notice it's bold. If I click on bold again, it will unbold it. And since my paragraph is already selected, I can go ahead and click on the font size and then increase the font size to suit my own preference. So it can be 14 size, 16, and so forth. And if I click anywhere else in the document, it will simply unhighlight the selected text. So I hope this helps. Just basic editing under the paragraph group and then the font group. We can work with it, practice, and let's move to our next tutorial.